Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we're going to look at an example that will help you with the journal page that deals with section 710. So we're going to do some examples to help you successfully do this journal page. The first thing we need to do is understand the table given. The table shows how long it takes to burn 100 calories for a variety of activities. So this column here are the activities, and this column here is going to show you the time in hours to burn 100 calories. For example, if I'm bowling, if I go bowling, it looks like I'm going to burn, it's going to take me 1/2 an hour to burn 100 calories. So if I bowl, it takes 1/2 an hour to burn 100 calories. This column is the time it takes to burn 100 calories for each activity. If I start chewing gum, how long will it take me to burn 100 calories? It's going to take almost a whole hour, 11/12 of an hour to burn 100 calories. And you can go down the line to see the different activities, how long it takes to burn 100 calories. The particular problem that you're going to do is going to talk about Jenna. Jenna burned with 300 calories playing kickball. You have a couple questions there. How many hours did she play? Did Jenna play for more or less than 25 minutes? And your question 2, Katie went for a walk, burned 400 calories, then she came home and burned 200 more. What's the total number of hours? What I've done in this video is I've come up with an example for number 1, and I've come up with an example for number 2. Let's get straight to those examples. Okay, here's example 1. Well, this is example 3 to help with number 1. If Jenna has been sitting so long to burn 200 calories, and we can critically read this, so she's been sitting, her activity is sitting, she's burned 200 calories. How long was she sitting? So the first thing we need to do is we need to go to our table about sitting, and we see right here, sitting, it takes 1 2/3 hours to burn 100 calories. So we're going to write that down. So I'm going to burn 100 calories sitting. And it's going to be 1 2/3 hours. Well, she burned 200 calories sitting. This is what's given in the table. So I'm going to write a 200 here. This is what I want. Let's spell calories correct. There we go. She burned 200 calories. How long was she sitting? Well, we're going to multiply this by 2. But before we do, let's take this and let's write it. It's going to be easier to multiply if I write this rascal as an improper fraction. And 1 2/3 is the same, and you've learned this in a different lesson, is the same as 5/3. 3 times 1 plus 2 is 5/3. And so that's how long 5/3 of an hour is how long it takes to burn 100 calories. If I'm burning 200 calories, that means I'm going to take 2 times this, 2 times 5/3. And we know how to multiply fractions. 2 times 5/3, 2 is the same as 2/1. And I'm going to multiply the top. 2 times 5 is 10. 1 times 3 is 3. We can just multiply the tops. Is 10/3. Hey, how many hours is 10/3 of an hour? Well, we know from a previous lesson that 10/3 is 3 1/3 hours. That's how long 3 1/3 hours. That's how long she was sitting to burn 200 calories. And then question B, did she sit for more or less than 3.5 hours? Well, all I need to do is compare 3 1/3, and I need to compare it to 3 1/2. Well, what I really need to compare, because I really need to compare 1/3 to 1/2. And we know that 1/2 is more than 1/3. Therefore, and here's my explanation, since 3 1/3 hours is less than 2 1/2 hours. Pardon me, 3 1/2 hours. Sorry, I misspoke there. I apologize. Okay, so that's an example for number 1. Let's go for an example for number 2. Go to the next slide. Same chart here. Here's the problem that's going to help you with the number 2. This problem is going to help with number 2. Jenna shoveled snow, burned 200 calories, then she went in the house and sang songs and burned 300 calories. What was the total hours that she shoveled snow and sang about shoveling snow? Explain your answer. So we're going to come down here, and this is going to be an addition problem. Okay, so she burned 200 shoveling snow. Let's get a better pen. The activity was snow shoveling, and she burned 300 calories. I'm going to abbreviate that. Did she burn 300 calories? 200 calories shoveling snow, sorry. Oh, 200 calories. And 300 calories singing. And then she sang. She went singing, went in the house and started singing about shoveling snow, and she burned 300 calories. And we want to know what was the total hours she shoveled snow. Well, I need to look at the snow activity and 200 calories. So I'm going to go back up here to my table, and I'm going to find snow. Shoveling snow is right here, 1/4 of an hour. So if she burned 200 calories, then it took her 2 times 1/4 of an hour plus, and this we know, 1/4 an hour for 100 calorie. She worked 2 times 1/4 to burn 200 calories shoveling snow. The other activity is singing. And look right here, we get singing right below the show's snow shoveling. And 5/6 of an hour it takes to burn 100 calories. And she burned 300 calories singing. She was singing up a storm. So that is going to be 3. Let's get that in the right color. 3 times, let's go back and just check our work. 3 times singing is 5/6. So we're going to multiply that by 5/6. 5/6 hours. And this is going to be your explanation here. We're going to explain our answer with this addition problem here. Okay, so what is 2 1/4? That's the same as 2 fourths. 2/4 hours plus 15/6 hours (3 times 5 is 15/6). And now we need to add these fractions here. We need to add 2/4 plus 15/6. And in order to do that, we know we have to have like denominators. So I want the least common denominator. And an easy way to do it is I can use 4 times 6, which is 24. So I'm going to multiply this 2 4s. 6 over 6. That's going to be 12 24s. I'm going to multiply 15/6 by 4 over 4. That's going to be 60 24s. These are all hours. So that looks like that is going to be 72 over 24 hours. And what do I want to do now? Now I'm going to need to reduce this 72 over 24. I'll let you think about that for a minute. Oh, what is that? 72 is 24 times 3. So this is 3 hours. And I can make a final statement if I like. I think it was Jenna. I think we're talking about Jenna. Jenna shoveled snow and sang for 3 hours. This, ladies and gentlemen, should help you we'll give you some examples to do the original problem. I'll let you write that down. All right. Good day.